Hi guys, today I wanted to talk to you about, how much is my boat worth? How much is it worth to me? How much is it worth to potential buyer? And also, what did I do last year or the year before and so on and so forth? How much did I spend on the boat? Little things that end up adding up that we don't pay attention to. What I want to talk to you about today is the maintenance log that every one of you should have on your boat. It doesn't matter really what size boat you have. It's a labor of love, your boat. We all love our boats. And I keep a log since day one. And in my log at the beginning I have, and you just buy like any agenda, anything at a stationery store. It doesn't have to be, captain's log type thing, although you can get that fancy stuff too. I have a picture of the boat because inside the front page, I keep also all the parts, all the information. So the boat serial number, the engine serial number, the hull number, engine transmission number, the MOT number, Minister of Transport number. I have all the data in the boat. And over here I have all the parts that I use, from the oil filters, the fuel filters and all that, what the part number is as well. And over here under notes, I have, for example, the type of oil that I use, 15W40 in my case, whatever. And I also have, next to the part number, Perkins for an oil filter, I have the equivalent as well. So I keep a cross-reference. So if I happen to be at a CarQuest store, a Napa Auto Parts, or a Canadian Tire, and they don't have, say, my Perkins, well, I can take a look, okay, well, the Motomaster filter number is this, or the Fram, or Purelator, and regardless of the brand. So I have alternative parts that I know I have access to. And then for each year, since I've owned the boat, I have a page or two for each year. I write down the year, at the beginning of the season, what the engine hours were, and at the end of the season. And to that, I add everything that I spend on the boat, everything I do in the boat. For example, if I look at this year so far, well, I bought a brand new sail. So if you don't note that down, that is part of the cost of owning a boat. Eventually, if you keep the boat long enough, or if you buy an older boat, the sails are going to need to be replaced. They might be what they call blown out. So I have the cost also of the membership. How much did it cost me to keep the boat here at the club? I put a total number. In other words, the mooring, the membership fee, bar fees, and everything I spend at the yacht club, paid to the yacht club. I put it as a bulk amount at the end of each year. The fuel, every time I add fuel, because it's diesel, I might add $10 or $20 or $30 at a time, but each time I write it down to give me a total. So if I look at 2023, the cost of operating and owning my boat here, the 27-foot sailboat, by the way, in Montreal, it cost me $5,700 for that year. Now to that, I added extraordinarily a $440 survey. I had a $2,000 new jib that I designed with Precision Sails in Vancouver. So, and I put a $1,000 deposit on a new mainsail that was paid in 2023. The balance was paid in 2024. So the reason the maintenance log is so important is if you're going to sell your boat, it's the same thing as if you go look at a boat for sale. Sometimes you're going to ask the captain, when was the last time you changed your oil or the filter? Or when was this bought? When was that purchased? When was this replaced? If he pulls out a maintenance log, by year, the engine hours and all that stuff, and everything he's done year by year, I think in his mind, certainly in my mind, I'm going to say, okay, this guy is really keeping track of the boat, his maintenance, what did he do and when did he do it. For example, today, on the way to the yacht club, I stopped by Canadian Tire, and I stopped by a Dollarama to buy a couple of things for the boat. Well, I'm going to be entering those into the log. The other thing, too, about maintenance log is I keep on board the maintenance manual for the boat. So anything you can find online, if you have an older boat and you don't have the manual, if you find things online, print them and whatever. And I have them here in protective layers. And I have in here, I also have all the parts as well here. So I have it here as well. Now, once I have my parts, as well as the substitute parts, brands from CarQuest and Napa, or their part number, whatever, I actually took a picture of this and I have it on my phone. So if I happen to be at any kind of marine store or auto parts store, and I need to buy a new belt, for example, for the engine, well, I have on my phone what the original part number is in manufacture and what the equivalent parts are in other brands, for example. So I'm never going to be stuck really not being able to find what I need for my engine at any given time. So it's a nice thing to be able to have that on your phone, registered in your owner's manual, and keep yourself a maintenance log of everything you do on the boat. That will make your boat a lot more attractive if a potential buyer is looking to buy a boat and he's comparing yours with another, that maybe that captain didn't really keep track of what he did and when. He'll say, oh yeah, I changed the engine mounts, but it was 3 years ago. Maybe it was 9 years ago. So at least it's on record in the logbook. And like I said, every time I spend a dime, I put it in my log here and I added it in. So at the end of the year, I have a really great picture of how much it costs me to maintain this boat on average year by year. So I hope you find this video interesting. If you do, please like it and do me a favor, and also subscribe to my channel if you haven't already. That way, anytime I do a new video, well, you'll get a notification. So once again, thanks a lot for listening. Have a great day and enjoy your boat.